alone again in my head.
T-O-O-J-A-N-S.
The 2012 Thornton Academy football season started off with a bang, as the Golden Trojans trounced a highly touted Deering Rams team by 30 points. TA was superior on offense, defense, and special teams while dealing with the heat of an early fall afternoon to take control from the get-go. Despite the convincing win, the coaches know there's much work to be done.
I was impressed with them. You know, I tried to just have them feel confident getting on the field, knowing that they're probably going to make some mistakes along the way, but you know, I wanted them to be aggressive and not worry about making mistakes and just go out there and play football. And I think for the most part, that's what they did.
We played pretty well. You know, we got off to a good start, which we certainly think was important. I was happy with the way our linemen played. You know, we were nervous, certainly started 40 linemen up front. Deering's pretty big, and they got some pretty physical kids up front. So I thought we did a nice job of covering them up. Certainly there were a lot of things we've had to work on. You know, we we stressed about playing 48 minutes. You know, I felt like for about 15 minutes of that game, we just petered out and kind of let them hang around. Couldn't get that, that score on the board to kind of put them away. I was happy with the way we responded after they did score. You know, and we came right back and scored, and then we kind of put the game away after that. So overall, it was a good start, certainly. But we know that there are things we got to improve on.
We just got to get more comfortable. We got to get more comfortable with the schemes that we use. They got to be aware and comfortable with what the guys next to them are going to be doing, when they're going to peel off from a block or when they're going to stay on, and that's just something with experience that they get. And that's, every week, hopefully, we're going to get better and better at that.
Like comfortability with each other, I think we're showing just like we're very comfortable with each other, and we're confident within each other to know that we'll do the big plays, do the right thing.
Positive surprise for the Trojans in Week 1 was the return of senior lineman Connor McCrum, who had barely practiced all preseason due to a groin injury.
We hadn't really known. It's been bothering me since the late spring. The MRI showed inflammation in the bone and the groin muscle, so the whole area was just kind of inflamed. There was a lot of fluid in there. Well, the whole preseason, it really sucked just seeing everybody out there and not be able to be a part of it myself. So when I came out, it was the best feeling in the world. I couldn't wait, and I was really excited. Hard because part of me felt like I was letting them down just because I was a captain in my senior year. And it's just like, I thought I'd rather be out there, even if it was hard and hot, I'd rather be out there than watching.
It was great. Getting him back on the field is huge because, it's like having another coach out there. He helps with the calls, and, certainly he's a good defensive player for us, with the flexibility where he can stand up and play in space, but he can also put his hand down and be a defensive lineman for us. I mean, that's huge. So, it was nice having him back, and then, it was even nicer after the game that he felt good. And, he had the normal game soreness, but he didn't have, none of the pain that he had experienced earlier in the summer came back, which is good. He's actually, he's expanded a little more. He's doing a little bit more this week, and certainly as he, get a couple of games under his belt and certainly start expanding his role, because he was a two-way player for us last year, so certainly we're hoping to at some point get him back in that role for us this year.
It's Connor, when he steps on the field, he has a presence. He brings a presence to him on the defense. It's good to have him because I know I can trust him. Being on the corner, I know he's going to do his job well, and I know he's one of the biggest kids on the field, so that's always a good thing to have on our team.
Well, the doctor said that I could play through it and I wouldn't tear anything or rip anything off the bone, so I'm just going to play through the pain for the rest of the season.
Next on the schedule for TA are the Gorham Rams. On paper, the game is a total mismatch. However, Coach Kiesel has been around long enough to know that in Class A West, you can't take any team lightly.
I think, we're going to go and play hard, and I'm not going to apologize for our kids playing hard. Certainly, if things were to get out of hand, we'll take into account that. But hey, we're planning on them playing better than they did last week, and you know, I think that's one thing, a mistake if you look past somebody or overlook somebody, and I think we've done a good job this week getting ready for this game, and I'd be very disappointed if we went out and didn't play real hard.
Well, it can be tough, but what we try to do is just take this week like we do any other week, just trying to keep getting better, looking at those other games ahead of time, so we just keep getting better.
I think one thing that we focused on up front is just improving each and every week. You know, hopefully we're out here for 14 weeks, and our point of emphasis this year is we got to be better every time we take the field, regardless of who the opponent is and what their record is. So that's kind of been our point of emphasis with those guys.
Game night arrives, and for the Golden Trojans, it's their first night game and first road game of the young season. Unlike the previous weekend's high 80s temperatures, the weather at kickoff is picture perfect. TA comes in with the hopes of a controlled, disciplined game where they can assert their advantage in every phase of the contest. While Coach Kiesel monitors pregame preparations, Coach Nick Tabor takes the offensive and defensive linemen into a corner of an end zone for a pep talk.
That's what's going to win us, right? That's what's going to make us winners into this year, right? Being a solid unit up front, right? Knowing that the guy next to you is going to work just as hard, if not harder than you, and push you, right? Let's go out there. Let's do the things that we didn't do well last week. Let's get them done tonight. Right? Let's go. Bring it in.
Let's go, boys!
Right? Let's go. Trojans on 3. 1, 2, 3. Trojans! Right?
Minutes later, it's Coach Kiesel's turn to give the offense a lift before kickoff.
Set the tone last week. We did a great job. We kind of fell asleep for about 15 minutes of that game. Right? Let them hang around for a little bit, okay, guys? Be mean and nasty, right, guys? That's part of a team maturing, is stepping on them, and you keep stepping on them, and you choke them out. Okay, guys, you will get your time. Don't you worry. I'm not going to pull you too early, all right, guys? But, hey, it's okay to be mean and nasty. Let's go score some points, fellas. Let's get going. Let's go, boys!
Warm-ups conclude, and the team retreats to its assigned area, where Coach Kiesel has one message in mind.
Set the tone. We watched that Deering game last week, okay? Dakota set the tone how he was going to play that game, the first play of the game. Okay, each and every one of us who on that field need to do that. Set the tone. It's the tone that you're going to play as hard as you can, 6 seconds, and you're going to take a break. You're going to catch your breath. And then you're going to do it again. And then do it again and again and again. Get everyone doing that, we're going to be a tough team to beat. It's a good challenge for you tonight. Like we said all week, right? Our focus has been improving, right? We've got to improve every single week. You're playing a team that you are better than. So it takes a certain mentality going into that game. Are you going to play at your level? Or are you going to take breaks and try to play at their level and let them hang around? Last year it took us a while to get over that hump. You know, we get a lead, we let teams hang around. A mature football team does not do that. A mature football team plays their level of football every week, and if the opponents want to play at that level, we're going to have a heck of a game. If they don't, it'll be over early. Play your level of football team. Out there and make them play at your level. Come in, see what people to help get you here. Let's go get the Rams, fellas. Let's go! Let's get. Let's go get your ball.
The game begins, and on the opening drive, Thornton's defense indeed sets the tone for the evening as senior linebacker Bobby Began and senior lineman David Lapallo drops the Gorham running back for a loss. Coach Kiesel is responsible for the defensive play calling during the game, and the next call he makes is the right one, as again Began and Lapallo bust through the line and deliver another hit for a loss. Thornton's offense would also set the tone on its first drive. Senior halfback Nick Kenny not only brought TA close to the goal line, but delivered a nasty hit on his way to the ground. Soon after, Kenny would be rewarded for his tough play with an easy short touchdown run. Thornton Academy took the lead 7-0. Back on defense, it again was Began who would take control, dropping another Gorham running back for a loss in the backfield. Thornton Academy had done it on offense and defense so far, and it was time for the special teams to step up. Just 1 week after a punt return for a touchdown against Deering, junior Andrew Libby would double his special teams touchdowns for the year. After initially dropping the punt, he simply picks up the ball, takes advantage of a wall set up by his blockers, and scampered to the end zone.
Coach, am I out?
Libby wasn't done there. After the point after attempt and the kickoff, Libby once again found himself in the right place at the right time, intercepting the Gorham pass and returning it 30 yards for a touchdown. The 2 touchdown returns were separated in real time by no more than 2.5 minutes. This fact didn't go unnoticed by Nick Kenny, who couldn't control his astonishment for Libby's feat.
Let's go, keep it on the gas pedal now, let's go. Keep it up, boys, keep it up. Let's go.
When you guys hold this up, bring it back. Tighten it up. You want to tighten it up? Is that wrong?
Yeah, I can't lose.
There's not too many peeps that can run a punt return and give them an interception. Bring back in the house. 2 minutes later. Just come talk to me whenever you want, right? Thanks, Nick.
On this night, no TA offensive weapon would go without reward. Still in the first quarter, senior quarterback Eric Christensen would throw the ball up to 6'4" Dakota Tarbox, who outjumped his defender for the touchdown catch. The extra point put Thornton Academy up 27-0 in the first quarter, and Coach Kiesel had no complaints about his team's efforts. The defense didn't just tackle, it also forced turnovers. After a mad scramble under the pile, the Trojans would take over possession, with senior captain Connor McCrum coming up with a loose ball. Before the half was over, the defense wanted to make one more big play. After Gorham scored a touchdown and again drove the field, they faced a 4th down and goal from the 1. Gorham called a QB sneak, but the Trojan defense would hold. After an efficient 2-minute drill led them down the field, Christensen would find the end zone himself with just 9 seconds to go in the half, scrambling out of the pocket, shifting his way through defenders and across the goal line for his first touchdown of the season. Thornton Academy led 48-7 at the half, which couldn't keep even an old-fashioned coach like Kiesel from cracking a smile. To start the second half, Thornton wouldn't need an offensive or defensive play to score. On the kickoff, the ball would eventually be recovered by senior Josh Coffin. Once he picked the ball up, he wouldn't be touched, sprinting to the end zone for his second touchdown of the season. For Coffin, playing on special teams is his best avenue for playing time, and returning kicks for touchdowns is a great way to stay on the field. A total team effort is what Coach Kiesel was looking for, and it's exactly what he got. TA scored a 67-7 victory over Gorham and moved to 2-0 on the young season.
I mean, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do, right? I mean, you play a team better and you jump on them, 30-40 first, and then, you know, I like the way you played the second quarter. I like the way you played the second half of that game. You guys played aggressive and you went after it, and that's good. I mean, that's great. Good job, okay, Varsity guys, right? That's a great job. Younger guys, it's a good job where you finish up. It's a great job of finishing up the younger guys, right? It's a good job of executing out there, and it's a good job of finishing up. It's a great job. That's like waking up the city of soccer, right, guys, at 10 o'clock at night.
After Kiesel's talk, Beacon would call the team together for the first of many post-game wrap-ups.
We overcame them. We finished second half, first half well. You came in the second half, you started things good. All right, keep your game, boys. We gotta come back. All right, you ready? Trojans on 3. 1, 2, 3. Trojans!
Though it was a team win, the plays many people will remember from this game are the back-to-back touchdown returns by TA's everything man, Andrew Libby.
The first quarter we had a lot of energy. We came off and exploded on the ball. I mean, we might have slowed down for maybe a few, like 5 to 10 minutes, but after that we picked it back up and started playing a game after that goal line stand. Generally, when you find out, I don't know why, but every time I've dropped the ball, I've somehow returned it. But what it does is it kind of lets all the players go into the ball, which gives me a chance to get out the outside because they're all focused on the ball because it was dropped. Not really that tired. I mean, because you have all this adrenaline going, all this energy, you're excited, and you just want to keep going and get more. I started off on kick return. We had Coffin catching that ball, wide open hole, took it to the house. It's exciting. I mean, because I know our fans, they're always with us every step of the way, and we'll hear them cheering for us. It's awesome because you see them going against like an actual varsity team, and they're all like excited and everything. And you see Jimmy Remus, Ben Samard making nice plays on the quarterback, and everybody else just playing together as a team.
The Monday following the solid victory over Gorham, the team meets back in the film room for study. Kiesel has positive things to say about the defensive start.
Like I said, you guys are good enough athletes. That's a great job there. Good job. Ben Davis, fine ball, right? Find the ball, boom. Bobby, you're going to get scraped. The quarterback, you finish that off. It's a great job. It's a good start, fellas.
It's not all roses in the film room despite a 60-point win. Andrew Libby scored 2 touchdowns back-to-back, but still catches some criticism from Kiesel.
Okay? Andrew, you got to kick the end man out here. He's our end man right here. I mean, he's lined up outside. Watch this. We don't.
I got the other guy, didn't I?
Yeah. I mean, first guy outside the tight. We don't care about this guy. We know we're going off tackle, right? We kick this guy out. This guy's taking himself out of the play by a lineman. Watch what. I mean, that's not good. We got to block. That's a kick out right there. This is where watch. Okay, Andrew, watch how long. Look at the time here. When this ball snapped at 3.08, okay? Right? Eric's got the ball, so the ball's been snapped. I mean, we've got to get rid of the ball by 6.5 seconds. Watch where you are at that point in your route.
You made the cut.
I mean, you just bit, it's past the time we got to get rid of the ball, and you just bit, so we got to get moving on that a little quicker.
Okay.
Okay, I felt like, sometimes, remember sometimes I get, right, say you're gliding too much?
Yeah.
You got to get moving on that, okay? And if you've got them set up, just give a little, one little step to the post and go, okay? But we got to get moving.
After the team finishes watching the Gorham tape, they settle back down to delve into their next opponent, the Bonnie Eagle Scots. The Scots won several state championships in the 2000s, and playing in Standish is never an easy task. Kiesel first focuses on their defensive front seven, which should go in TA's favor.
They don't have great team speed in their front seven. I think 55 is pretty good when things coming at him. The nose is big. I don't think he moves real well. Certainly they're going to play hard, okay?
On offense, Bonnie Eagle is led by their quarterback, Tyson Goodale, who Kiesel tells the players is faster than anyone they've faced so far.
He is by far their best player, okay, for the quarterback. He's a good runner, throws the ball pretty well. He's not very big, okay? He's the one, right? 4 is the one we need to stop. That's the game plan, okay, stop him. 30, the tight end's a good receiver. 34 is probably their best wide receivers. 7 and 3 are decent. They're decently athletic. If they're no better athletically than Darien, with the exception of the quarterback position. That's where they're much better.
The challenge of winning on the road in a hostile environment isn't lost on senior captain Bobby Began, who knows how difficult the Scots can be.
It's going to be difficult because I remember last year when week 2 when we lost, we wanted nothing more than just get back out there and just kill the team. So that's what we're going to have to go against today, and it's going to just be tough. Coaching, their coaching is very good, very well, and they'll have some plans for us, and we just got to execute better than them. I think it's a lot different. Just the atmosphere is just crazy. Like both stands are going nuts. The lights do a lot, big effect. It's dark, and you barely hear yourself think with all the crowds. And it's just, especially in a away stadium, it's different because you don't have much of support. But our support is very good. Our fan section is very good, so it'll be good.
Began not only plays linebacker but also center. Playing both ways for the first time this season comes with the extra challenge of staying conditioned.
It's definitely hard because as middle linebacker, you have to scrape throughout the field, and if he runs outside, you have to chase him down, come from behind, and then next play, you just gotta do the same thing possibly, and it's hard to just stay focused, keep your energy level high after running quarterback down. So far in the year, I haven't built it up yet, but it's definitely tiring, especially if you go on long drives on defense, and then all of a sudden you get the ball back, and then you go straight to offense without even a break. It's just difficult to like stay in the game, and I've been getting rest on defense. So, and that's different for me because I just played defense all the time last year. So, it's hard to do both ways.
Week 3 of the season arrives as the Trojans travel to Standish to take on Bonnie Eagle. For the Trojans, it's the second consecutive Friday night road game. Unlike the previous week against Gorham, where the Trojans went in as the favorite and easily took care of business, there's a different sense around tonight's warm-up. Though Bonnie Eagle isn't being mentioned in the same breath as TA or Cheverus as contenders, the pedigree of the program over the past 10 years is enough to keep the Trojans on their toes. As the team finishes warm-ups, Coach Tabor again brings together his linemen to talk about the magnitude of not only this game, but being part of the Thornton Academy football family.
You know, I think after our first 2 games of the season, fellas, I think we all know tonight's going to be a great test, right? You know, I'm in my office today, block 4, and I had a pop-in visitor, right? You guys remember Cam Lee from last year? Yeah, Cam stopped in and saw us, right? And I'll tell you what, you know, he's a kid that didn't play on the field too much. He didn't get a whole lot of time on the varsity playing field, fellas. Right, but you can tell by what he says and how he looks when he says it that he misses this game so much. Right? You guys have a wonderful opportunity to play the game of football for Thornton Academy. Right? Never take that for granted. Right? You do not know when this thing's going to end. Right? So play every play like it's your last. Right? Let's continue this trend of building up front. Right? People want to talk how that was going to be a weakness of our team early on. Right? By the time this season over, it's going to be our best strength. Right? But we got to continue working together up front. Right? Let's go. Let's continue it.
Let's go, boys.
Right? Believe in each other. Right? Take a moment, fellas. Think about what you got to do to make this team better. Right? Make yourself a better football player. Right? Make those around you better. Let's go. Trojans on 3. 1, 2, 3. Trojans!
Coach Kiesel echoes a similar sentiment.
Okay. Each week, right, is a little different, right? I mean, you guys, you know, it's the idea of just getting a little bit better, right? Improving each week. Different challenge every week. Got to go on a road with a big game, right? And that's part of being a championship football team. Is you got to get a quality win on the road. You got that opportunity tonight. We're playing, you know, one of the better programs in Western Class A. Very simply, you see them on tape. You know, they did us some pieces. And it's very good. 2 minutes in the first quarter, first half, and then the game, they totally outplayed Scarborough last week, guys. So you're going to get their best effort. They're a wounded team. Well, if you're out there, guys, right, like we talk about every week, play your hearts out. Everything you have on the field, okay, if it's for 1 play or for 120. Play every play like it's your last. Okay, guys, just worry about doing your job. Do that, we're going to be fine each and every week. Thank you, guys. Checkmate, right, guys? When's it going to be checkmate? Let's go, Davis! Let's go!
Welcome to Thornton Academy Football on TA TV, Thornton Academy Television, Channel 3. I'm Jim Toomey, along with our camera person, Katie Sotier, as we're taping this game from the campus of Bonnie Eagle High School on Friday night, September 14th.
The first drive of the game for Bonnie Eagle was a war in the trenches. TA's defense held early.
Bonnie Eagle on this opening drive, good deal, is collared, wrapped up by Cody Meserve.
However, after 2 converted 4th downs, Bonnie Eagle found themselves inside the 2-yard line with another 4th down attempt.
Let's see what kind of a play they have. Goodale trying to find the hole. He's thrown back. And let's see, no signal. Thornton has held. Thornton has held. And now the official says a touchdown. That's a very, very late call.
TA wouldn't be down for long, as for the third straight week, Andrew Libby would prove his hype.
Libby trying to get to the outside. Libby down the sideline, 50, 40, 30, he could go, 10, 5, touchdown Trojans! No flag, no flag. First thing I look for, Andrew Libby from about 60 yards.
Libby's third return for touchdown of the season tied the game, but not for long as the Scots would respond.
There's Bissonnette trying to get to the outside, he does! Bissonnette down the sideline. Cody Lynch trying to get the angle, the official sort of got in the way. Joe Bissonnette is in there for a touchdown.
TA found themselves trailing in the second quarter for the first time all year. But they wouldn't go down without a fight, as senior halfback Nick Kenny would run over a Bonnie Eagle defender on his way to a first down. A few plays later, Libby would score his second touchdown of the game.
Christensen, pitch to Libby, saw the same play, except he goes wider, trying to get to the pylon. No signal yet. And now touchdown, Thornton Academy. Andrew Libby.
Shortly before halftime, TA would take its first lead of the game thanks to a miscue from the Bonnie Eagles center.
There's a bad snap again. Good deal. And let's see if he takes. Is it going to be a safety? It's a safety. 2 points for Thornton as they take the lead.
Despite playing sloppy football defensively, the Trojans, behind Libby and Kenny, found themselves up 16-14 at the half. The long walk to the halftime room allowed the players to let the closeness of the game sink in. While the coaches planned some strategy adjustments, Bobby Began addressed the players in the locker room.
We need to make them respond. We need to strike first, and we need to keep them down. Because if we get first, they're not going to come back. I guarantee it. We got to hit first. Check me, boys. Come on.
Just be aware of that.
Kiesel's message to the team would be simple: play your game and play with effort. Those things would lead to a victory.
All right, guys. Any up front? Anything you giving you? What's anything? Questions at all? Just gotta be physical. Hey, we told you, right? They gotta come on and play hard, okay, guys, right? Hey, defensively, guys. You know, the thing that's upset me the most is fullback zone. Okay, fullback zone. I mean, we cannot allow 37 to beat us. In that first drive, you know, we gave him a 9-yard run, an 8-yard run, a 7-yard run. That can't happen with that fullback. Okay. Here we go, guys. Let's go. Let's get going. Hey. The way we play, we got the lead. Right? The way we play, we got the lead. Let's go. All just stay together, guys. Let's get going. Here we go, fellas. Let's go.
The second half begins and the defense does its job. Early in the third, it looked like TA had a huge turnover.
Bissonnette. No, let's see, interception maybe. Intercepted by Josh Sear. As the ball got deflected.
Despite the celebrations, the referee would eventually overturn the call, claiming there was an inadvertent whistle before senior Josh Sear made the interception. The setback for TA frustrated Coach Kiesel, especially as the Bonnie Eagle drive would end in points.
Good deal, sprints to this side. He's gonna tuck it under, he's got some daylight. And nice run. Touchdown, Goodale.
Midway through the third, Thornton found themselves trailing on the road, but after a long kick return by Josh Coffin, Libby would again put TA back in front.
Libby off the left side, touchdown, Trojans. A nice block on that left side by the offensive line.
Libby's third touchdown of the game put TA ahead by 3, and it was time for the defense to step back up. On the next drive, Began and a host of Trojan defenders would swallow up Goodale for a loss. Then, the Trojans would finally score that crucial turnover.
And he wants to run the play. Let's see if he gets it off. He does. There's the slant pass again. There's Bissonnette. Bissonnette is close to the goal line. Loose ball. Loose ball. Let's see what they call.
The game of football is funny sometimes, as TA would give the ball right back on an eerily similar play.
Christensen, looping pass for Cody Lett. He's got it. Deep into Born Eagle territory. Loose ball. Who's got the ball? Who's got the ball? Born Eagle says they have it. If it is, it's a touchback.
After the back-to-back turnovers, the Trojans would take control, with Christensen making a big run near the end zone.
Christensen got to keep. Christensen bounces it out to the outside. Christensen still on his feet. Christensen finally dragged down on that far side, but I think it's going to be a 1st and goal for Thornton Academy.
Christensen would then finish off the drive.
Quarterback sneak. Christensen fighting his way. Touchdown, Trojans! Wow!
The Trojans were tested from start to finish, but persevered and claimed a 37-20 victory over the Scots to improve to 3-0. Coach Kiesel had nothing but positive comments about the performance.
It's a football game. That's a football game. I mean, we're getting in the meeting of the schedule right now. That's how it's going to be for us. It's going to be 67-7. Right? It's a great job, right? It's a great job. You answer the call every time they put, they did something good. You guys answer the bell, right? That's a great job for us, right? We were great on special teams, offensive guys. I mean, we put 27 points. It's a great job. We came around. That's a great team effort, fella, right? It's a great team effort. Good job, fellas. Let's head back to softball.
Bring it up, boys.
Here we go, boy.
Here we go. Guess what I'm going to say?
Hey!
Jesse, checkmate, boys, checkmate! We're proud of every single one of you guys fighting through every single minute of that game. Let's go, boys! Let's go! All right, let's go, checkmate on 3. 1, 2, 3, checkmate!
On the next episode of Varsity. Thornton Academy heads home for a pair of home games against Scarborough and Massabesic with a homecoming dance that'll live for the ages. Find out on the next episode of Varsity.